Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to 20 and something, the podcast where consistency isn't really our thing for now, but it's all about to change. We are going to improve on our posting and our consistency. Anyways, I hope you've been doing well. I hope you have been having an amazing and fantastic month. Welcome to a new month. March has started. Don't know about you, but I feel a bit lost still. But we are trying to figure it out and find our way. So today's topic, if you aren't a subscriber already, please subscribe. If you have subscribed onto the channel, thank you so much for your support. We really do appreciate it. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about 20 and maintaining friendships. Now, in case you are not someone who is frequently online, the biggest feud that is happening now on social media is between Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber, and they're just going, they're going after each other because Selena defended her friend Taylor Swift after a video resurfaced of Hailey somehow making fun, but I think it was just because it was a program, so I think she was told to do that. But Selena came for her, and then now it's like a back and forth, and people are going after this other party, So, which brings me to this. Are you that person who will stand by your friend, even like through thick and thin? It doesn't matter. You don't want to hear the other side. As long as it's your friend, you stick by them. Or are you just that person who is just like, you fight your own battles, I'll support you, but from the sidelines? Anyway, so we are going to be talking about 20 and something. And before we even get into the story or something, I think it is really important for someone to have a clear definition of the type of friendship you have with your friends. So as I was researching on this topic, I came across the different types of friendships that occur, and I wrote them down. So number one, there are many types of friendships that exist in today's society. First one is acquaintances, mostly your work friends or someone whom you have a mutual interest. For instance, you happen to be attending gatherings together, and unfortunately, most family members, especially not the close ones, but the distant cousins and all those other family, happen to be acquaintances in our lives. Despite the fact that you're connected through blood, most of the time you don't tend to keep in touch or talk. But when you have that like a family gathering, then you have to just get along for the week, blah blah blah. So they also fall into this category of acquaintances. Then this one, you just talk about surface things, the news, the weather, what's trending, what's happening. And you shouldn't expect advice from them. Like you're not supposed to go to your acquaintances with things like, oh, my boyfriend, blah, 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 and expect them to give you advice, because light conversations only. The second type of friendship is social friends. Most of the time, these ones are those ones that you only exist together in a group text. You have easy and low pressure dialogue together. You go to events and parties together, and these social friends are probably not coming to your grandma's funeral. God forbid it happens. The next type of friendship is intimate friendship. These ones are now your go-to for advice. You can rely on them. You support each other and give each other insight on life in general, and you have deeper conversations with them, and they give you encouragement when you're going through situations. Then there is epitome of friends. These ones are the ones, people who say, oh, now these are not just my friends, they are family, these ones, the epitome of friends. So these are your people. These are the people you spend most of your time with. You don't feel judged. There is mutual love. There is stability. It's a judgment-free zone. And the last one that has recently happened to come forth, this one is like a new one, is the transactional friendship. So here we have the friends with benefit situations. We have the reality TV friendships, the ones that now you are being casted together as a group of women or a group of men, and you have to get along because you're being paid to literally be friends with each other and get along. So like, for instance, I saw I've watched the New Housewives of Nairobi, and it was just weird that Sonal and Susan Kaitani was saying how they've been friends, they're best friends for long, but it just happens that Sonal has never been to her salon, and she doesn't even know that the other one is getting a divorce. So you see, now this is a transactional friendship. You have to tell us on television that you've been friends for long, you've known each other for quite some time, but it's only because you're being paid to tell us that. So this one is, of course, just, friends with benefits. I give you this, you give me this, whether it's business, whether it's whatever you want to categorize, that's transactional friendship. So those are the types of friendships that occur. So before you go around calling people fake friends, this one is not there for me, blah, 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 you need to understand that the friendship you have with someone, maybe you consider them your epitome of friends, you consider them like maybe your epitome of friends, but them, they consider you as an acquaintance. So what am I saying? You need to clearly define your friendship. If you're friends enough, you can talk. You just know this is my ride or die, blah, blah, so that you don't get confused and don't end up calling each other fake and whatnot. So having said that, let's get to today's story, listen to it and get to learn a few things. So let's get into it. Am I a bad friend for staying friends with this person so that I could just take revenge on them? My friend and I have been friends for over 4 years now. So recently I learned that she is among the people who had an affair with my Am I a bad person for staying friends with this person so that I could take revenge on them? My friend and I have been friends for over 4 years now, but recently I learned that she was amongst the girls who had an affair with my ex-boyfriend at the time when we were still together. So this friend of mine, we were very close, and I literally told her every single detail pertaining to my relationship with my ex. So she knew that we had problems and that we were going through a difficult time. And I think it was around this time when she started seeing him behind my back. So I learned this information, and I have chosen not to tell her because she equally hasn't told me anything, and I am staying with her so that I could do the same thing to her whenever she starts dating, because currently she is still single and I am single as well. First things first, if you even have to ask if you're a bad person, you already know what you're doing is not healthy and is just not good for you and good for anybody in this situation. Second of all, this is already a very toxic friendship, so it's no longer a friendship, it's just something you are staying there for the purpose of exerting your revenge on your friend. Third of all, I think it's important that you just face this situation. Just talk to your friend, hear what she has to say. If she refuses to admit it, then it's not even worth for you to continue being in this situation. If she chooses to talk about it and she is willing to, if she is willing to admit it and apologize, maybe you can then consider moving forward. Because let me tell you, the biggest thing I have, this scenario is so common, not this part of staying friends with her and wanting to revenge, but the scenario of a friend having an affair with somebody's boyfriend is so common. It's something that happens really frequently. I just don't get it, but it does happen. And I would say, for if it were me, in my case, I just don't consider someone who does something like that as a friend anymore. If I learn about it, I just confront you, and then our friendship is over after that, because I can't trust you after here. And the biggest thing in friendship is trust. Because if you're willing, if you know someone is dating somebody, whether they are close, whether they're having problems, already you already know. Just girl code, you can't do this to your friend, someone whom you consider a friend. You can't go behind their back just talking to their boyfriend. You should be on your friend's side, whether there is chaos in the relationship and whatnot. It is your obligation to be on your friend's side. And unfortunately, this is something that really happens quite a lot, and I just don't know what you can do, like, how do you even get past this? How do you have that conversation with someone whom you consider your friend for a long time? It's difficult, but for this sister of ours in this situation, I think it's just best that you leave. Do not feel the need to revenge. Don't feel the need. You do not have to prove anything, Already, if your friend chose to do this to you, it means she considers herself less than you. Something else, okay, for friendships to work, there needs to be trust, which we've already said. So if you are intending to maintain your friendships, especially if you have just started being friends, it's like a young friendship, you're trying to go a long way with your friendship, then it is actually really important to communicate. If I do something and it makes you uncomfortable or it makes you feel bad, it is just better that you tell me right then and there, instead of putting it, just holding it back. It's going to, because if we are spending a lot of time together, and then it happens, it will come up eventually, and it won't be in a good way, because if you do not speak about things, then you already know someday you're just going to blow up and it becomes messy. So communicate with your friend, tell them, I think what you did isn't good, just know how you can bring it up. So communication. Then the second thing, which is actually really, really important to consider, is that this, friendship should not be one-sided. I'm not the one who is always showing up. I'm not the one who is always texting. I'm not the only one who is always, it's like every time, mimi donatafuta, you never look for me. It's me just putting myself out there. I'll one day get tired, and that's how, friendship, you're supposed to also reciprocate. It has to be mutual. I'm not the one who is always paying the bills. I'm not the one who is always giving you gifts, and you do not do the same for me. Then that friendship, it's not going anywhere, because it has to be. I also have to feel like, friendship has to be mutual. I also have to feel like I'm being appreciated and I'm being loved equally in this friendship. Another thing is that for friendships to be maintained, especially in your 20s, because already in being in your 20s, you're going through so much. You are trying to figure out your life, you're trying to figure out your finances, you're trying to figure out your career, you're trying to just figure out everything, your relationship, and then now there's friendship. You just need to be, how do you say it? You need to be, okay, I'm missing the word. You need to, okay, for lack of a better term, let's say understanding. You need to be understanding that so many things are happening. For instance, if I tell you I am unable to show up for you today and we are friends, I would really appreciate if you understand this and don't take it in a bad way, because things are happening around us every single day. So you need to be understanding and you need to accommodate each other, and just know that we are friends at the end of the day. We need to be there for each other as much as we can, because things are happening around us, that sometimes things that are beyond our control. Anyway, in conclusion, I have said many things, but in conclusion, these are the types of friends that you need in your life. Number one is the tell it like it is friend. The one who is completely honest, sometimes brutally honest, but just won't see you messing and fail to say something. Those are the good ones. Those are the ones who just tell it like it is. They won't have you embarrassing yourselves in these streets. They'll tell you as it is, and they are always honest. And just don't fear telling you their opinion, because if you're friends, that's the exact thing they should be doing. Number two is someone who is completely opposite of you. For instance, if you're an introvert, you need an extrovert in your life. You need someone who will push you beyond your comfort zone and just make you do things that you wouldn't do by yourself. The weird one, the quirky one, the one who is into all those just stuff that are considered weird. They're the ones who have the weird sense of humor. They sometimes dress weirdly, but they are good, they are kind-hearted. Most of the time, those ones have a very good heart. Someone older than you. You need someone who is going to give you great advice, because they have been there and done that. So you need an older friend, and not just any older friend, an older friend whom you deem inspirational and can somehow view as a mentor. You need someone who is daring and an adventure seeker, 100%, especially if you're those people who are just comfortable staying indoors. You need someone who is going to challenge you to go hiking. You need someone who is going to take you on those adventures that you might not do necessarily if you don't have this friend in your life. You need work or career friends. You need people whom you are walking the same path. You need people who are undergoing the same challenges and issues that you are undergoing, so that you can navigate life together and just give each other advice. Because sometimes, if you have you can have a friend outside work, and when you're talking to them about something that happened that is in line with your work, with your line of work, then they can't really understand and not give you advice, because they do not really know what is happening. So you need work or career friends. You need a friend that is close by. You need a friend that lives 10 minutes or 5 minutes away from you, or even 30 minutes away from you, so that if your house is on fire, then they can show up for you. And I don't mean that like literally, but you get what I'm saying. You need someone whom you can just dash in their house and eat dinner when you don't feel like cooking. So you need a close by friend, and you need a close confidant. You need someone whom you can tell all the dirty little secrets without them judging you, and without the fear that they're going to speak about your business around. So you need this friend whom you can tell all your secrets and not feel overwhelmed with life in general. So that is our today's episode. I hope that you and your friends are just together and figuring life together. And I hope that if you do not have friends, you are intending to make friends, because life is good when you have your people and you get to experience life together. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I am going to improve on my consistency. This I promise and guarantee, because I have been feeling a bit off, but I'm back. I am here to tell you that I am going to improve, and I am committing to posting at least 2 episodes per week. So remember to subscribe. Again, remember to share this video with your friends. Remember to even just recommend, not share, but recommend this video to your friends. And remember to take care of yourself and live a healthy and fulfilling life. Until next time, guys, bye.